Hello Cancerians, and thank you so much for tuning in for the August of 2021 Taroscope with Animal Totem. Real quick, a little bit about me. I'm Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. I've been in the metaphysical field for over 30 years, not only doing readings, but doing channeling, writing books, creating spiritual art, and all sorts of other things, decks. You can find all that information on my website if you're interested. This is going to be the reading for our Cancer sun signs, rising signs, and moon signs. And the deck we're going to use, as always, is the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, my own creation. Then we're going to follow it up with a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. If you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be 3 additional cards pulled from the Circle of Life deck. This deck has been thoroughly shuffled in between the readings, and I'm going to just start doing a loose shuffle. Real quick announcement as well is that I am opening up for the Libra Ingress reading. It will be available for a limited time. It's a look at the upcoming season. It's a very powerful reading and one of my most popular special readings that I offer throughout the year. If you're interested, you can find that out. What is in store here for our Cancer sun signs, rising signs, and moon? As I pull the cards out, I want you to really look at them, because you can get messages and insights that are just for you through these cards. You can look at the words may say something, appear to say something. Even if it looks like it says something, it completely does not, not say a different word than it actually is. That's the best kind. Those are the ones that you really know that is a message for you. Oh, also, I'm trying a white background. You guys will have to let me know if you like the white background or you prefer like the cloth. So I just wanted to try something a little different. I like a nice white clean background. Okay, so here's what's going on. The very first card out was the moon, and that is your card, and that is you, moon child. The Cancerians are the moon child. That is your card. It's your ruling, not planet, but it's your ruling luminary, I guess. But the moon card came out, so that's beautiful. So the moon energy is going to be really strong, and I want to bring up for everybody that there's going to be this very powerful new moon this season, and that is, this month, and that is, it's going to be on 8/8, August 8th, during the time of Leo. But it's a new moon, and it's in the sign of Leo, in the fire sign of Leo, and it's on the date of the Lion's Gate, which in itself, the Lion's Gate is a very powerful time anyway. A portal of energy opens up. It's alignment with the Sirius and the Orion's Belt, and it's just, a portal opens up, and it's always a hugely powerful time every year to create, manifest, whatever. It just adds an extra, really strong extra boost of energy to you and whatever you're trying to do. So that new moon and the moon showing up here could be extremely powerful for you. You see where you're meant to go. To a route, you've got a plan. You've got a plan, you've got a direction. You're looking in the direction of where you want to go. And it's in line with the moon, not only being your ruler and having to do with the new moon and all that, but the moon is this inner knowing, this inner knowledge. You're aligning with your inner path, your inner soul path, and you know what to do, you know where to go. Whatever you're planning at this time, when the Two of Rods shows up, it means definitely some big success for you. That you're really aligned with your true soul's calling. You do have the Justice card up here too. Now the Justice card does mean sometimes legal things. So if some of you are dealing with legal things or government things or things of this nature, this Justice in the upright would talk about it going well or turning out to be positive for you. I do feel also that there is a connection around that time frame with this, okay? Now we do have we have some people showing up. The court cards here represent the people. So we've got a Queen of Rods and a Queen of Swords. So even though they're queens, this is a gender neutral reading. So there's no gender assignments in these readings. It could be anybody. But we are looking at some fire sign energy, and then we're looking at some air sign energy. So fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We are going to be the sun. This almost reminds me of the sun sometimes, because it's this big golden ball here. But the sun is going to be in Leo up until we get to around the 22nd of the month for most of us. And then it switches into Virgo. So this could be saying happening within the first 3 weeks, and I really feel like happening around that Lion's Gate, because here, this is the 8 of Rods. Here we've got this 8 again. And then so the 8 is always a time of action. Things are moving. Things are really moving along, happening quickly. And Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning in money. So it looks like for many of you, you could be getting some kind of a new job. For some of you, it's going to be just like a new job, but then it turns into like a big career path for you. And, you know, it could turn out to be something much more than you initially thought in the best possible way. That's also another message that comes along with the 2 of Rods, because when he holds the world in his hand, the world says it could just be big, crazy big, you know, bigger than you've ever imagined. So you've got this Queen of Rods who seems to be a part of it. This person might be offering you the job. You might be signing a contract with them. They may be issuing you a loan or something like that. And then you have this Queen of Swords also. Queen of Swords could be an air sign person, an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Now we are going to have also, we're having a full moon in Aquarius on the 22nd, as the sun moves into Virgo. So there's a couple of big things going on. You know, the sun, the new moon happens on the Lion's Gate, and then the full moon is right there just before the sun moves into Virgo. We're having that full moon. And the other thing about the full moon on the 22nd, it is the second full moon of the month. I mean, the second full moon, not of the month, in the sign of Aquarius. So it's a zodiac blue moon. So that's also a rare occurrence as well. So this month there's some kind of magical things afoot here. She's looking over, and he or she is looking over right at this 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is one of the best cards in the deck. It is the marriage card. So for some of you, this could be a major love thing for sure, you know. And if it's, you know, whatever your preference is. If you're attracted to males, then it could represent a male. But 10 of Cups is happiness, joy, bliss is standing out to me. It is the card of love, but it's also, when you've got an ace and then the 10 of Cups, it's like this thing, whatever you're starting, it could just turn out to be so joyous, so happy. Some of you, there could be some sort of get-together, some kind of you might be going to a marriage, to a wedding, or, you know, something along those lines. And then we do have this High Priestess down here too. That tells us that your intuition is right on, like it always is. But trust your feelings about these people. The fact that we have the High Priestess here, and that there's 2 queens representing, and the moon energy, which is also feminine, it's almost as if like there is this divine feminine, there is this feminine energy working. And for some of you, this may be in line with some of the females in your family, like your mother, grandmother, you know. And these people don't have to still be present on the earth plane. You know, they could absolutely be moved on to the next, you know, plane, but they're with you. They're standing with you. They're standing behind you. They're working with you. You're working in a partnership with them. Okay, let me go ahead and start shuffling up and get your animal totem going. Real quick reminder again, the Libra Ingress reading will be available for a limited time. Popular reading, powerful reading, lasts for the whole season, so check it out if you're interested. You can find the links below or visit my website for more information. What is the animal totem for our Cancerian friends here? The swan. That's such a beautiful, I love the swan energy. You know, because the ugly duckling becomes the swan. The ugly duckling is the one who's different, the one who doesn't fit in, the one, and the wallflower. And often Cancerians, unless you have some Leo in your chart, that's often you. You know, many Cancerian people, you guys are you're introverted. You're not so you know, you're just introverted, and you're moody. You're so affected by the moon, because the moon really it pulls you and changes you and moves you around. But in those times of pulling away from the crowd, or pulling away from, you know, social norms, that's where this energy can be birthed. That's where you align with your true self, and that is where you fall into this beautiful energy of the birthing of the swan. And this is like you've arrived, you know, graceful beauty, loyal partner and friend, recognizing the divine within us all, transformation, emergence of your true being, loving yourself at all stages. Well, I love that, again, emergence of your true being. That's absolutely has to do with the Two of Rods. You're really finding your true self from going within. It's not, you don't always, you get ideas outwardly, but this is something that my guides have been coming through with and channeling a lot about. Just it's going within. It's always going to be within. That's how you align with your true nature. That's how you find your soul's calling, by going within, always within, as they say. Okay, I'm going to, real quickly before we go, it's back to school season. I love these journals, and I want to thank everybody who's already been purchasing them. They are selling. They're very inexpensive, through Amazon. So they're less than $6 and some change if you're going back to school or have kids who are going back to school. This is a few, but I have quite a few different of my, some of my art put on the journals. Check that out, and you can get free shipping with Prime if you're a member. So thank you for everybody, and these are just little ways that you can support my channel without, if you don't necessarily want to order a reading, but you can get something really beautiful for yourself, a beautiful journal to write in, and also, helping me out in some small way. I have books, decks, the different readings. I have all sorts of things, so please do check it out. And if you can't afford it, or you don't feel like doing that, there's ways that you can support by not spending a dime, and that's just by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. People tell me all the time, I couldn't find you for months. You never show up in the algorithm. Well, if you hit that subscribe button, then you'll definitely be able to find me then, right? So consider that if you resonate with the reading and would like to see more from me. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for tuning in and being a Patreon, or not being a Patreon supporter. That's coming up next. If you want to get the reading for the bonus reading for the Patreon, that's another way that you can help me out. But anyways, stay tuned. I also have been doing this interdimensional art, and I've been painting, and it's deep and it's spiritual, and there's powerful energy and messages in the art. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little video, and we're going to tack that on the end. So stay tuned if you're interested in finding out about that and seeing what I've been doing. But otherwise, I'll see you again next month. Have the best month ever. Don't forget that Lion's Gate on the 8th, and then that Zodiac Blue Moon on the 22nd. Both very powerful and showing up here in your reading as well. We'll see you again soon. Hi everyone, Vickieverlie here. Many of you know me as a tarot reader on YouTube. While I've been reading tarot for over 40 years, I've always been involved in various avenues of metaphysical exploration. As a lifelong musician, I've always known that the music I was writing was coming through me, and that I was connecting with something higher than myself during the writing process. It wouldn't be till years later that I could put a name to it: channeling. I realize now that I've been channeling music and receiving channeled messages in the readings all along. Although I have written lyrics, I never really seriously applied the process to writing until 2012, when I wrote my first metaphysical novella, Starseed, A Pleiadian Tale of Love. The writing of this book was so filled with synchronicities. There were things coming through based on historical facts that I had no way of knowing. By the end of the book, it was clear that I was just taking dictation as the story unfolded in my mind's eye. Several years later, in 2019, I followed up with a full-on channeled book, The Transmissions for Humanity, Book 1, and the transmissions show no sign of stopping. Around that same time, I felt called to revisit my fine art roots. I've been making art my whole life, since I could hold a crayon in my hand. But since the advent of personal computers, I was primarily a digital artist. After digging my old art supplies out of the attic, I found I was pretty rusty. But it found it so calming and meditative that I made it a regular practice. Since then, my art has evolved into what I'm calling interdimensional art, or interdimensional art. Yet another form of channeling, the images and messages emerge through the art, and the results are amazing. The energetic frequencies that are coming through the arts are undeniable. While I am not the first person to engage in this type of channeling, I am indeed an avid practitioner of the art. Behind me are a few of my recent paintings that I am making available in the form of fine art prints. These high-quality giclée prints are printed on 100% archival paper using archival certified light-fast inks meant to last a lifetime. Each print includes a certificate of authenticity and a handwritten thank you note by myself. If you would like to own one of these prints for yourself, I've included a link in the video description below. Thanks for watching.